Hey guys, this is Skaftafell. This has been a video that so many of you have been asking for weeks. I keep promising for weeks. What can I say? I'm a lazy ass. I wanted to put something really amazing together for you guys, and I've been putting it off for too long that I decided I would just use some RBG footage and talk about my UI for you guys for that. So yeah, let's get started. So let's cut to the first one. This is the most common question I get asked, and it's about the debuffs. So I get questions like this all the time. What's the debuff buff add-on that shows above the enemy plates? Here's another one. I bet you hear this often, but what add-ons are you using that show the debuffs? So the add-on is called plate buffs. I use the Blizzard enemy plates. I don't like tidy plates. I could never get used to it. But anyway, the add-on is called plate buff. So you can adjust the icons to the size you want, the priority, that sort of thing. I have some things that are really big, like see the cyclone. I have my dots to me are fairly small because I can recognize them easier. Basically the small ones, you set it up how you want. Sorry, I shouldn't tell you guys how to set it up. Anyway, yeah, so plate buffs. There's the link, and you can follow that to curse.com. And the next one is battleground targets. So a lot of people ask me, what's the add-on that shows all the enemy players over there? I've explained it in one of my other videos, but yeah, it's battleground targets. There's the link. And you can set it to show class, race, I think. I can't remember. I can't really see. But you can put quite a bit of information in there. I just have it set up to the class and spec. Spec, that's what I meant, not race. Anyway, and so it's really helpful. You can target people by clicking on the name in those lines, basically. You can see how many people are targeting which player. So you can tell if your team is focusing on the same person or not, and you just can't tell who's focusing those people. But anyway, pretty simple, awesome add-on. And another one I use is Juked. It shows up right below my decursive box there. I think most of you know what decursive is. And it shows the cooldown timers of the enemy players' interrupts. That's pretty much what it does, is help you know when to juke somebody. I'm pretty terrible at juking, and I will be the first to admit that. That's one of the biggest things I have to work on. So, but you can see the timer when the cooldowns are up and everything, and yeah, it's a pretty easy add-on. This one right here is called Lose Control. You saw how I got Cyclone there, and there was a little icon over my body, and it had the icon for Cyclone, and it'll show an icon there for things like kidney shots, throwdowns, that sort of thing. And man, people have to stop messaging me on Skype. One second. Okay, so turn your Skype off when you're making videos. That's lesson number one. So anyway, for people like me who had a really hard time recognizing things like kidney shots and throwdowns and that, not throwdowns, but mostly kidney shots, that add-on for me is absolutely priceless. So just because I'm not too familiar with the rogue class, I've played almost every other class except for rogues and warriors, that one for me is pretty awesome. So yeah, Lose Control. There's the link. One add-on that isn't entirely necessary, but it's just kind of a lazy thing here is Healers Have to Die. You saw there for a second there was a druid and they had a cross. Oh, there's a paladin right there that has a cross over their head. That's Healers Have to Die. It's not that you can't figure out who the healers are. For me, it's really cool to see the proximity of healers just at a really simple, quick glance, and you can see, how close they are to their FC or whatever, how many are in range, and all of that stuff. So, without having to think too hard, because God, we don't want to have to think too hard in this game. It's really, really just too much. But yeah, easy add-on. You can use it if you want, or if you're pretty good at recognizing healers and all that stuff. Whatever, it's totally your call. I'm just really flippin' lazy. So I guess the basic UI stuff, the cosmetic things, I guess I'll talk about. A lot of people ask me those questions too. And I'm just gonna go and hide in this bush here and talk about my panels at the bottom. That's basically those panels I designed and created. I'm just gonna leave the bushes here and keep going. And I simply created them in GIMP. I don't have Photoshop. Photoshop. I'm really terrible at those kind of programs, so I chose the free version, and GIMP is free. There's a link for GIMP. May as well load it up, whatever. And I imported them into the game by using something called KG panels. There's a link for KG panels. So basically it just lets you design something like those panels at the bottom, and they can be way cooler than mine. Mine are really freaking plain and simple, and you can import them however you want, wherever you want on the screen, size them however you want. It's really cool, I think, because it really personalizes your UI. Some people can do some pretty amazing designs. I just happen to be pretty terrible at graphic design, so that's all I got. So yeah, KG panels, it's pretty cool if you have an artistic side to yourself. The button mod obviously is bartender, and I have it so that when I'm out of combat, I have one bar that just that shows up. You can see right there, it just popped up. When I get in combat, it disappears. It's just kind of the random shit that I don't need. There's still a lot of random shit that I don't need, but whatever. Again, I'm a lazy person. So bartender allows me to put my keybinds on. I've kind of fallen behind on updating my keybinds, so I'm missing a bunch, but again, I'm lazy. So the other button mod I use is called Auto Bar, and it's the two little buttons right there. It shows my Hearthstone. You can see there's water there, fishing bowl. That's just a simple button mod that actually, when you hover over, say, the Hearthstone, you get a pop-up of other Hearthstone type items, teleports and things like that. So it shows my Ring of Kirin, all those kinds of things. Just saves me from having to, again, make the effort of clicking into a bag or clicking into my spell book or any kind of crazy, really hard stuff like that, because I am a person of convenience. So it'll show things in there like your mana cakes and whatever. I just like it. It's just something that people ask about. And so, yeah, my character plates are shadowed unit frames. There's the link, and I just like how they look. I don't really like Xpearl at all, except for the Xpearl raid frames. There's the Xpearl link. I use shadowed unit frames because I like how they show the buffs and debuffs on the character frame, and I can arrange them and all that sort of stuff. You can see everything on the rogue. You can see all of their all that stuff showing up on the left of their, now it's a priest, left of their character frame, and you can see the debuffs and buffs, whatever. So, yeah, buffs on the left I put, and debuffs on top. For myself, you can see the debuffs on top, and I put my buffs in Elcano buff bars, which is the very top left, and it's, yeah, it tells me I've got Mark of the Wild, everything that pops up there. And it's just something I got used to. It's probably not necessary, but something I got used to. I do also use, let's see, decursive. There's a link for that. It shows you your, all your poisons, curses, whichever. I use Sexy Map. Sexy Map is very customizable. You can move it around, make it look how you want. I use Mapster. There's Mapster, and that just, it's very non-abrasive like the in-game version, I find, and you can move it around, stuff like that. I like it. Of course, there's a recount, whatever. Then I have, let's see, Bazooka at the very top, it's just like Titan panel, and so when I'm not in combat, it shows up, you can see there. And when I'm in combat, it disappears. Has my things like guild info and stuff like that. You can put whatever you want up there, basically. Um, and then for my chat mod, I use cellular. There's a link for cellular. As you can see, it kind of makes a separate tab for each whisper. I've minimized it so the tabs all went down to the bottom of the screen, but you can basically click on each tab and read the whispers, and typically you don't lose whispers that way. Sometimes if you get too many whispers, then they won't, throw in an extra tab for that person. You'll just get a message saying, basically you've got too many whispers. Never happens to me. And it's cool because it shows you history. It keeps track of history of your tells, which can come in handy. And not really sure what else to show you. Let me just think here. A small one, class timer, you can see right here. Shows me the just dots that I have. It's basically the same thing as what you see in plate buffs, but it's basically what I used to use before I got plate buffs, but it's another option for you guys. I don't know why I still have it actually, but anyway, it just kind of keeps track of dots for me and the actual time. So yeah, just another option. I don't use power auras. I use the in-game thing for my druid. I think it shows everything perfectly fine. So yeah, our flag carrier just went down, and Nurk's gonna save the day here because he's pretty flippin' amazing. And so I just find that, you see, there's a Star Surge proc. It's the Blizzard ones work great, so I don't condone anyone that uses power auras. I use it on my shaman all the time. So, but yeah, that's something that a lot of people use. I don't use. But anyway, we're gonna watch Nurki go and save the day with the flag. But anyway, so yeah, I don't really know what else to show you guys here. If you have more questions and I missed something, just please let me know, because you guys always let me know when you want to find something out. And I pay attention to all of your messages. I respond to all of them, or at least I try. I hope I haven't missed anyone. Sometimes it takes me a few days, but the UI stuff is the question I get the most, and so that's what the point of this video is. And I hope I gave you guys all the links. If I missed any of those, please let me know. But yeah, this video is for all you people out there that ask the questions, and now I can just respond with linking this video. And it's cool. Keep your questions coming. I have no problems with that at all. So always feel free to leave comments below, and personal messages, things, post things on my wall. Doesn't really matter. Or this isn't Facebook, so it's not a wall. I guess it's a channel, whatever. Anyway, I try really hard to keep up with all of you guys. So also send me questions or comments about what you would like to see in videos. I can keep putting out RPG videos, and just starting to get back into Arena. I had like a 2.5-3 month break from it, and just picked it up in the last week of season 10. And so hopefully I can get more Arena videos out there. I didn't really work that hard on Arena this season, or actually any season, but anyway, so I'm still kind of new to PvP, but all it takes is practice. If you guys have questions and you want tips or anything, if you think I'm doing something properly that you would like to have help on, let me know. If you have suggestions on how I can improve in certain things, like you need to cyclone more, you need to do this more, that's cool. Send me a message. I would definitely appreciate it. I try to learn from as many people as I can. And check out the Thrive page, because we really do want to make this movement happen. We want to help people grow and become better PvPers. And if I haven't played for too long, I've played since probably, I guess, serious PvP at the beginning of Season 10. I started doing RBGs at the end of Season 9. But all it takes is practice. So you just got to get out there and keep doing it, keep plugging away. And God, if there's anything more frustrating than a boomkin and dying all the time, you guys should be able to know how hard it is to practice. But you really just got to pick yourself up and keep going. And you'll eventually get there. And, you know, hey, maybe Blizzard will help us boomkins out and give us something to work with, but I guess not in this expansion. Although I do look forward to having the AoE Death Grip and, AoE Roots or Group Roots or whatever, and then a Solar Beam Starfall. Good game, yeah? So, anyway, I don't know if I'm playing in Miss of Pandaria, but yeah. So, whatever. Please just give me a shout if you have more questions. And I love hearing from all you guys. Every positive comment I get, I cherish and I really appreciate. And I thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and sticking through this. So, peace. What does that say? Skaftafell is godlike? Huh. Oh yeah, here's two people I would like to promote: Madneck and Temploable. And these are two really awesome people, so you should definitely check out their channels. Madneck does a Let's Play, but it's kind of the opposite. It's a Let's Fail at certain games, pretty much all games. It's pretty cool. And Temploable is just a really amazing guy. He does some priest videos, so check him out. Cool. Cheers.